Welcome to Top Rated Gym Podcast for the gym owners aiming to take their business to the next level. I'm your host, Andre, and I'm interviewing top performance, best rated, highest revenue, fastest growing gyms in the world, regardless if they have a single location or empire of thousands. If you own a gym and looking for ideas how to get more leads, increase conversion, grow your membership base, or facing troubles with customer retention, maybe your employees or operational challenges, this is your podcast. Let's get started. Welcome everybody. My name is Andres Vjovic. I am CEO and founder of Referrizer and your host of Top Rated Gym Podcast. So today, oh my God, we have a winner of F45 Google Review and Reply Challenge. One man, one location, winning first spot, competing with almost 1,500 other locations. He was able to add over 175 Google reviews in 1 month, guys. This is more reviews in a single month that many gym owners get in a decade. Talking about compressing decade in a month. So Craig Hopson, the owner of F45 Training, Coral Springs West. It's also on a new up-and-coming recovery business, Hobson Health. And I'm happy to say that I'm also a member of his gym for the last 2 years, and I see firsthand how he operates on a day-to-day basis. Craig, it's a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to be a client. It's a pleasure to be part of your journey. Welcome to Top Rated Gym Podcast.
Thank you very much, Andre. I appreciate you having me on today.
Craig, I know your story, and your story is inspiring. We went together. I know your movement from last location to this location. And it's pretty much incredible story of starting from pretty much nothing and to building now 2 different businesses and scaling and making both very successful. So tell me about, in a couple minutes, what's your story, man? How did you get into this and what's behind?
Wow, in a couple minutes, huh? All right, I'll compress it as much as I can. So back in 2008, I got into the fitness industry, and I started off in a big box gym. In the box gym, very quickly I learned that it wasn't about client service. It wasn't about people. It wasn't about connection. It was more about the numbers. How many memberships can we sell? How many personal trainer packages we sell? And that just, to me, was not what I was getting into the business for. I was more into the people connection, helping people reach their goals. And I decided to leave the corporate area, and I was able to go into another big gym, but it was privately owned. And I connected with somebody who took me under his wing. He gave me an opportunity, and he taught me a lot in the next year and a half or so about clients, how connecting with clients, functional training. It was more on that personal connection that we were operating on in that particular gym. And he really, really gave me the greatest opportunity ever. From coming from nothing, like you said, I didn't have any idea about personal training, the business side of it. I've always done it when I was a kid. From 16 on, I've always been into fitness. But when it came to the business side of it and dealing with people, he taught me a lot, and he gave me that opportunity. From there, unfortunately, they left and another box gym came in, corporation, and it was the same thing as I started with. And I knew I couldn't do it, so I decided to go ahead and move on and open up my own personal training studio.
Wow. And listen, that was a couple of years back, I believe. You were 16.
That was 2008 that I started. 2010, I started my personal training studio.
So deep in just the middle of that little depression that we have around 2008 to 9, you decided to go on your own and start a business.
Yeah. Yep.
Good timing, buddy. I think whoever learns in a worst possible time to start a business have no easier time later on. Definitely wasn't something that's easy. And quite frankly, you're here now. I love working out in your gym. You have incredible team of people. I mean, I feel like I'm part of the group, but I feel like I'm on a one-on-one personal training. Like right. When I come there and I feel like it's the day you want to skip. It's the day you want to just glide through it and go on an idle. Yeah. You know, your guys comes in and just brings me a heavier weight. It's like, you can do it. Come on. Yeah. Or they stay next to it and they look at you and like, okay, pick it up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I see that's happening all across the room, no matter who there is. And I was like, right. Whoa, and when you finish the workout, you feel like $1,000,000. That's incredible. I've been to many other places, but never felt engagement and connection and care like you guys have with your team.
Yeah.
I want to see, you are here today. How do you see 2034 looking for you? Like what if the money, resource, and time are not limitation, what would be the big, hairy, audacious goal for
2034? Basically, coaching, helping other businesses get to that level. I've had so many opportunities to go into opening other F45s, partnering with other people. But to me, this is my home, this is my family. So it's hard for me to walk away from this. The connections that I've built here, I want to expand into business coaching. And I want to help other businesses go through, so they don't have to go through what I went through, those bumps and bruises that you just don't know until you go through it, and I was fortunate enough that we're able to open Hobson Health right next door to F45. That was the plus of it, that I don't have to leave this location, that I can just expand this location. And I want to continue to expand it with the health. We're in a plaza that there's a couple spaces left. So my goal is always to build a little more and a little more, but ultimately to add business coaching, to increase my business coaching and help other businesses do what we do.
And I love what you're doing, but you had a choice. You could say you were invited by the corporate and F45 to expand more location, to really get more of what you're doing. But you decided to go into something called parallel world of supplementing businesses with F45, with recovery, cold plunges, recovery systems, and so on. How did you make that decision? Instead of going deeper into one channel, you're kind of diversifying into multiple different channels.
Well, I had the idea back probably about 3 or 4 years ago, the recovery aspect of it. Working in the business, I see a lot of people, all they do is work out. That's part of it. But there's so much more that goes to the workout than just coming into the gym and working out. To me, the easiest part is to come to work out, right? Because you're coming in, you're taken care of. You don't have to think with F45. You have the coaches, you have the TVs. It's what you do outside. What are you doing to recover? What are you doing for your nutrition? There's so many different aspects of the fitness that a lot of people are missing, and then they're going into something else, where I want it to be a holistic program. I want everything. We have nutrition. We have F45. We're going to have the recovery. I just want to keep going for a holistic approach into wellness and fitness.
And this is something that many people do, and you're literally applying what people are coaching. They always said, if you want to add more value, think about what problem does your customer have just before you deliver your services and right after you deliver the services.
Correct.
So in your case, you're providing with workouts, with the strength, resistance training, building the muscles, like stamina, all of that. But that's not all, because they need faster recovery. I know when I use cold plunge, I feel like I didn't have a workout. Like, bring me another one. I can do it.
Right.
Those 6 minutes feels like something you're questioning, but you are kind of going in the journey of that customer and saying, what else can you do? And I know you have coaching for nutrition coaching, when you have detox, you have other parts as well of the program. That's pretty incredible. Is there anything else you can tell us what's on your line in the future?
I listen, honestly, it's listening to clients. That's why I love being a part of it. I still coach. I still like to get on the floor and coach. So I'm connecting with people. So I make sure that each week I at least have a couple classes under my belt. So I'm able to still connect with the people, still not lose my passion is coaching. I love coaching. I love being on the floor. I love bringing that excitement, that engagement, that motivation to other people for them to push beyond what they think they can do. So it's really listening to what the clients want, and me taking that and applying it to what I want to do. So as I go on this journey of this fitness and wellness, I'm listening, I'm understanding, I'm in it too. I'm into the recovery. I'm into the working out. I listen to my body. I see, as I'm getting older, what do I need? Nutrition, supplementation, and I'm incorporating that into my businesses. So as I move forward into 2034, I'm taking that knowledge with me and expanding into other parts of wellness.
So Craig, what I want to talk today is about two things. Number one is, how the heck did you get 175 reviews in a month? And not only how, but your mindset. Okay. There's other people doing there. But also I want to tap into, your coaching mindset for others. I know you take on private clients. I know you're working with somebody like one-on-one. There's so much more. And in order to do that, well, I would love to frame the story to say, where did you learn things from? Like, what is the biggest challenges that you faced in the past that taught you something that could maybe break your business or psychology, and then you made it through, and then because of that, you wanted somebody else not to go through those things?
Oh man, that's a good question. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. It's always trial and error, especially when you're going through a business. You have these ideas that you want to put out, but sometimes it just doesn't work the way you want it to work. My main thing is having mentors. I have mentors, people who have been through what I'm going through, and they're able to navigate me and show me the direction I need to go. So I have a gentleman by the name of Dr. Cabral. He's one of my mentors. He helps me tremendously. He's fitness, wellness centers. Now he owns his own supplementation, health coaching brand. He's helped me tremendously. Anything that somebody's done before, it's just duplicating it. If you could find that mentor, you've helped me tremendously. You've taken me to the Tony Robbins, and we've gone through the program. Those things help me tremendously, because you always want to see if you could find somebody who's already done it. They already did the mistakes. That's Tony Robbins. One of his biggest things, right, is, hey, learn from somebody who's already done it. There's no reason for you to go through these trials and tribulations when somebody's done it already and you can learn. So that's huge for me, is just finding mentors, people who've done it, listening to people. I used to be very hard-headed, thinking I knew everything and I can do everything, but having an open mind and trying things and listening to people who've done it before I have done it, that's been huge for me.
I agree. Tony talks about compressing decades into days.
Exactly.
Because there is something that I always like to mention. If you want to do trial and error, try this, doesn't work, try this, that, it's a lot of effort, a lot of pain, and it takes 50 years.
A lot of money.
Call it a lot of money. It takes you 50 years to gain lifetime experience.
Yeah.
There's a better way. It's called research. Instead of trying everything on your own, go and do a little bit of research to find out. I mean, companies who do research, they're way better, way ahead, instead of trying everything and guessing what's going to come out.
That's right.
But the best way, like 50 years of experience can be 5 years of research. You compress already 10 times, but you can do months if you do something called modeling. And modeling, Tony Robbins teaches.
You steal from the best.
Steal from the best. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try square shape. Don't do anything that you think you might work.
Right.
Yeah, there is success. Absolutely. Follow the clues. Just tap yourself into formula, and you replicate the same results. And somebody can call it processes. I mean, everybody does it. Yeah. The moment hybrid car came in, every other car manufacturer started.
Absolutely. No question about it.
Don't do things yourself. And that's why I love coaching, because coaching saves you time, saves you money, accelerates results, free you up from having to do everything on your own and carry those scars of bad experiences, money and time and cost, and taking it from the quality of their life. And it's almost like cheating.
And the best part too is the same, just like you're saying, I've done that. I've done that with you. When it comes to marketing, I might think I have this great idea, and you're like, let me show you what, because you've done it. You've been down that road. Same thing, Dr. Cabral. I think I have this great idea and I'm ready to go. And they're like, I've done that. It's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. So absolutely, I agree with you 100%. And it's just modeling people as well, modeling what they've done before, learning from their mistakes. And like I said, stealing from the best, man. So that's what you got to do.
If you don't have a coach, let's start there. You're losing a lot.
Yes, you are. It's a lot of time, man. It's a lot of time. There's so much time that I've saved, so much headache that I saved by having a coach.
Right.
It pays for itself. No matter what your business coach, whatever kind of personal trainer, any kind of coach, you always want to be coached. You always want to become better. And there's somebody out there who's done it, who's been down that road before. That's going to help you get to where you're looking to go without the headache and the missteps. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's
a different world out there.
Let's talk ego about too sometimes, though. Some people let their ego get in the way. They don't want to be told, hey, do this way or do that this way. Ego is a huge thing. When I started, it was ego, but I was younger then, so I thought I knew everything. Nobody could tell me anything, but I learned really quick.
Okay, I have 2 questions when it comes to coaching. First, how do you find good student? Who is a good student?
A good student is somebody who wants to learn, who doesn't have that ego, who is open to suggestions, who every time you tell them to do something, they're not questioning you or going against what you're saying. It's a flow. It's like coaching. It's like if you're willing to be coached, like you come into the gym, it's like me handing you a heavier weight and you're like, nah, leave me alone. You don't want to be coached. You're not going to become better. I can't push you past your comfort zone, So that's an awesome student. Like, you're a perfect example. We come in and we push the hell out of you, and you smile and you laugh and you're dying and you walk out every time and you're like, yo, that was great. That's what you want. That's a student.
And
Same
what
thing with
about
business coaching.
you finding a more difficult question? And I have to ask you, Craig,
Yeah.
finding a good mentor. Because there are a lot of people can say, I hate kind of when people says, I am a parenting coach. And you ask him, how many kids do you have? He says, no, I don't have kids. Like, how can you be a parenting coach if you don't have kids? Or I'm a relationship expert and I'm single. Like, come on.
Yeah. Track record. Look at their track record. Look, where are they at now? What have they done before? Dr. Cabral, like I said, he's owned personal training studios. He's owned wellness centers. He's done everything that I've done. He's opened his own supplementation company. He has I think he's about 2,000 IHPs, which are integrated health practitioners. So the way we found each other is crazy, but the way we got together and we were able to do it is everything that I'm doing, he's done successfully. And everywhere that I'm trying to go, he's doing. He's business coaching. He's doing everything that I want to do. So it's finding somebody who you're relatable with, number one. And number two, who has a track record. Like, you look at his track record, you can't find anything. You find all perfection with it. You know what I mean?
Got it. And do you recommend having one coach or multiple coaches?
I really think it depends on what you're trying to do. And I've had multiple coaches at certain points when I was like I said, Dr. Cabral is more of a business coach. I've had a personal coach when I was going through some things I was going through personally. I had a life coach. I've dealt with Tony Robbins' life coaches as well. I've done some sessions with them. So I really think it depends on what you're looking for, what you're looking to do, and what you're looking to improve on. But when it comes to that, I say, yeah, anything that you're looking to improve on, definitely want to coach.
Yeah. I love coaching. I mean, I have fitness coaching. I have mindset coaching. I read probably one book a month, sometimes two. And my Audible book is like 200 titles now. And every time I get new ones, it's like University on the Wheels. And in my area of the business, yes, you got to recognize the best of the best. And they are probably most expensive ones as well.
Of course, it's worth it though.
And it's worth it.
Yeah.
I know I always calculate my return on investment, how much time, how much money, how much progress did I make, that I will not be able to do it. And if you love what you do, you cannot do it yourself. You gotta find somebody, look for the best, ask people who are the best, like, how did you get there? Or ask them to coach you. I mean, I'm honored for the fact that you're willing to be a coach to others.
Yes.
Usually people says, no, I'm good. I have my things on my plate, because coaching requires patience.
Yes.
Requires good preparation.
Yes.
When you deliver it, you want to make sure you deliver it, that you have incredible listening skills as well.
And that's the other thing. It's not that anybody that comes to me, I'm coaching. Like you said, how do you know who to coach? There's certain people in the F45 field or in fitness world that never have done fitness coaching or who just get into it because they think, hey, they look at something. A lot of people come into my studio and they go, oh man, I want to do this. And a month later, they're asking me, hey, I'm looking to buy this F45. And I'm like, have you ever done this before? No, it's not like, it's not like I just walked into the studio one day and boom, we had over 400 members. You know what I mean? It took time to build. It took a lot of trust. One of the things that I pride myself on and my team on is the retention that we are able to build. I have people that have been with me since 2008 that are still with me. You know what I mean?
That's 1,000 classes, attendance, and
1,000 times 1,200 class. And those, now, mind you, the people that are hitting 1,000 to 1,200 classes, those are the people that have been with me. They're counting only F45 classes. We're not counting classes when they've been with me since 2010, 11, 12, 13. Those people are way over because they've been with me that long. I've had people 2012, 2013 that have been personal training, small group training, boot camps with me the whole way through. So we started counting those classes, those milestones, just from F45 2018 that they're hitting, 1,000, but they're way over the 1,000 marks. So a big shout out to them because they deserve everything. And they've been so supportive for me. They've seen me go through my trials and tribulations. They've seen me try to grow. They've seen me go through the COVID. They've seen me go through so many things. And to get where I'm at right now, to have that kind of support from clients now that are really friends and family that I consider them, it's an amazing feeling, man.
And I see also your coaches, it's last 3 years since I'm there, coaches changes, and I see the development of them when they come first time, they're kind of cool. Okay.
Yes.
But 2 months from there, they're like totally different. They're like buying into it. They're running the show. They're engaging. They're not shy anymore.
So, they got to buy in. All your coaches have to buy in, and you have to make sure they understand when you're interviewing that. Listen, I tell them exactly where I come from. I tell them exactly who's on the floor because one of my main things I like to tell them is I'm not going to be the one to tell you that you're not doing well or that you can't work here anymore. It's going to be my clients because my clients have been with me so long. They know exactly what I expect. They know exactly how my classes are supposed to be run. They understand me to a T. So it's not me because I will get the reports, believe me. And they buy into the program. They buy into the way I coach. They buy into the way we coach at the studio. They buy into the family community. That's what we're about. I don't want you guys coming in here, clocking in and clocking out. This goes way beyond that. And they have to buy into that to be able to work with us.
Honestly, I remember class where your coach, Jason, was there. And he was not a coach. He was just a member and working out. And he's a beast.
Right.
I never seen somebody working out like him. Like first workout, last workout, he's bouncing off that floor like gravity doesn't exist for him. And I was like, man, you're an inspiration. Like, what the heck are you doing? And then next workout, I'm seeing he's a coach. It's like, there's no better person than this. Like he annihilated. But what I like about your coaches is, when we have conversation and I had like my issues with the knee and stuff like that, he remembers it. Like, hey, pay attention to these exercises. There's a knee here involved, like do alternatives. Or he will ask me like, are you still on a pre-workout? Did you get that thing out? Like, good. Like, I don't want to see it. And like, he remembers it.
Yes.
And that's like key. Everybody else. It's a key. I was like, damn, I feel like I'm here with a 40, 50 buddies working out on a big personal training session that you cannot kind of hide away. You gotta do it.
Yeah. That's the goal. That's what we try to do. All my coaches they're told they need to be engaged. So you have to really be engaged with clients. I don't want to just clients coming in, coming out. I want to take it beyond fitness. Give
me one example. What is the best advice you got from either Dr. Cabro or other coaches that really impacted, that changed the way you think or do things?
Well, I mean, it goes back to, it sounds cliche, right? But it's doing what you love. It's doing what you truly enjoy because that's what's going to bring everything together. So coaching people, like I said, that's why I stay on the floor. I love being around. I love being a part of the group. I don't want to be that outside owner. I don't want to be outside looking in. I want to be in it. I want to be involved in everything. So it's just making sure I enjoy what I do, making sure I understand that when it gets to be too much that I step away a little bit, maybe take a day or two off so I come back fresh. But the biggest thing is, honestly, just doing what you love to do. Honestly, it comes down to it.
Awesome. And I would love you to coach us now, live on this call. And one thing that you nailed it. There's no better example in the history of the gym than you winning the challenge of F45. So walk me through that process. When we started working together, you have 29 reviews. You jumped to one of the top 10 in the whole franchise chain with 330. And that was not enough. Says, I'm taking on this challenge. And you jump from 336 to over 512 reviews in a month. So why? Why did you decide to say, this is the game? It's game on.
So honestly, again, it comes back to who you're surrounding yourself with, right? So I surround myself with people that aren't afraid to tell me what it is and how it is, right? And one of my closest is going to be my assistant, and that's Maria. I mean, she's been with me for 6 years since I started F45, and she takes this business like it's hers, and it basically is hers as well. She's been with me so long. She's helped me grow. She knows me like the back of her hand, and she really got on it. She sat down with me. We went through a game plan, She would literally write people, and it comes from the heart. It's not like she's typing something in and typing the same thing back. That's the connection that we have with our clients. We're making sure that we're responding to each and every one. Her main dedication for that challenge was that challenge, meaning I would take her off what she normally does, give it to somebody else so she could just stay focused on that challenge. And she did it. And she checked in with me and showed me the reviews and what she's writing back and what people were saying. And we would announce it during the classes. And we were all engaged. Everybody, not just me, not just Maria, but the whole studio was in it. They wanted us to win. They wanted us to be the top. They know we're the best in the world. That's what we say. We're the best in the world.
I mean, if there's anybody around looking to experience F45, honestly, this is the place to come in. Not only your gym and how you run, but brand at all.
Yes.
Like if anybody's doubting here, like what F45 is for, go to Coral Springs West location and take not a look, but experience. Put your workout clothes and get on it. I was most impressed by such a dynamic workouts that every day I walk into the gym and it's totally different gym. Like every night you change all equipment, put in your workouts. And it never, ever felt like I'm repeating workout twice. And different energy, different playlist, different theme, different shape of the room. I mean, all of it.
Yeah. So with F45, I started with F45 before they even got to the States. Like I basically I was looking for help when I was doing my own thing, my personal training and my boot camps and everything. It was just overwhelming. I was the manager, I was the salesman, I was the janitor, I was everything, the coach. And I needed help. It was a lot. We had a lot of clients. It was a good problem to have, but it was a problem. So when I was searching during different franchises in F45, just the way they had it at that time, this was 2016, 2017. The way they trained was the same way I trained, functional training. They believed in community, which we believed in. Everything that they were preaching, it's what I preached as well. So that caught my attention. And when I called them originally, they told me, hey, we'll be in the States in another year. We'll give you a call when we get there. So I literally waited a year. I stuck it out. They came into the States, and from where they started to where now is amazing. I couldn't be more happy. I mean, everything is done for you. All the systems are in place. So especially when I coach other businesses, I always tell them, work those systems that they give you. You can always tweak them in a way and make them personalized to the way you want your studio to run, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. They have everything the way it's supposed to be, and it's getting better. Like over these past year or so, it's just getting better. They're offering more. They're listening to the studios. I mean, this is a franchise beyond franchise. I love F45. It's one of the best decisions I could ever make.
And I remember there's a Japanese word that they live by. When you get process, use the process, model it to the maximum, maximize everything. And then once you take it full advantage of and you still have ideas, then you can start improving and modifying it.
That's exactly right. Yep. Because their systems are in place. They have everything in place for you. So, and they keep growing. So it's amazing.
And listen, going back to reviews, everybody had employee. They could do it. Maria is special. I love her. She's amazing. She's on top of it. But you went so deep. I was part of the class and we're like, okay, guys, pick it up. If you haven't leave a review, now it's time. Help us win. Let's go. It's like not challenge to win for Craig and F45 Coral Springs. It was like us as a team. Because you guys, you didn't start it here. That goes way back. I know you organize challenges on the beach. We go all together and work out on the beach. You organize some kind of, now you have another participation event when people are registering and competing and joining as a group. You organize parties, events together where you really get community. And now it's like, okay, let's see what we can do together to make this happen.
Right.
And whole studio was on it. Tell me, I know that was a prize for $1,000. You guys won that. And you know that I evaluated every F45 location. The whole brand went from 25,000 reviews all the way to 3,750. 12,500 reviews were generated in a month. So in a
Wow.
month was more than for the 6 years of business existing, literally in a past for coming challenges, and these things works. And I'm impressed that, usually Google can flag you if you get too many reviews, but you got them
Right.
all organically, all paced out, all people walking out and reviewing the business. I believe 90% of your members who already didn't leave review because it's challenging. You got
Yeah.
170 out of 455 members you have who already been review the business before. Nobody can leave the 2 times review. So you really maxed
Right.
it out.
Yes. Again, it was team participation. It was actually, you sat down with us, with Maria and George, and gave us your ideas on how we can do this. You helped us tremendously. Even before the challenge, you guys helped us with the Google reviews. And you always told, again, mentor, telling me, hey, Craig, get on those Google reviews, get on those Google reviews. So you helped, of course. But yeah, it was total team participation. After class, we would announce it. Our clients would tell other clients, hey, make sure you review. Our clients were actually going up to other clients, making them get their phones and say, hey, we need to get this review. Oh, no problem. We got you. So everything just ran smoothly. I tipped my hat off to Maria. Like I said, she was the leader of the whole thing. And I've been with Maria for 6 years. And I could tell you
She's
that's the
not
first time
tired and she's hungry like it's her first day.
it's the first time I seen her cry. Like when she got that email, like you know what I mean? When she got that email, and that was enough for me. That was just seeing her that happy of all the work that she put in and the effort that she put in to do that. It was truly amazing. It was
and not
really
only
good.
her, she coached coaches, so the coaches can coach members. She printed signs, leave us review, join us, help us with the challenge. Like those QR codes were all over the business, not just I'll put it on the front desk. No, they were like I leave cell phone, QR code is there. I go to the bathroom, QR code is there. I walked out, grab the towel, QR code is there. Like if you don't get it, like this is how important it is for us. It's almost like a final step is like go grab your phone before you start working out and leave the damn review.
Yeah. And the thing with Maria too, the thing with her is she believes in this. She knows who we are, to the core. She knows that we really care about your journey. It goes beyond fitness. And that's my thing I tell coaches as well. What we do is beyond fitness. It goes so much deeper. People just don't know.
And I love what you're saying. It's not your project, it's her project. Teamwork is all. If you said, hey, I want to win, she would say, okay, I'll do my best. Right. And then you'll be like anybody else, maybe getting 20 reviews that month and still a great success. Yeah. But she took the charge. When you have a teammate like this, guys, do not put them down, empower them, says go. Be a wind in their back, pushing them forward, executing those ideas, because they'll do it way better than us sometimes. Yeah. Because she is the one who is in contact on a daily operation, pushing things forward and counting. Like you said, she was measuring it, sharing the results all the time. Yeah. If you don't have a score, how do you know if you're winning?
Yeah. She was
competing with herself. She didn't know how many reviews others are getting. No. You guys are like way ahead of it. Like second best one is like 60 reviews. Like you could stop on day 15 and says, I'm done.
Right. Yeah. No, she was on it. She was on it. Daily report. She'd come sit with me. What could we do? How could we do it? Ran everything by me, but she took the bull by the horn and she really ran with it. She did.
Greg, every time we spoke, even for lunch or other outside of the working hours, you're packed with ideas on the psychology, on personal development, on business development, and so on. And I know you have this coaching business, but not many people do know that exists.
Right.
So I wanna see if you are okay, with your permission, to talk about how somebody can take advantage of that. And when I'm saying advantage of that, I mean there's people struggling in this industry all across the globe. Yeah. And the fact you're willing to help is tremendously honorable by your side. Usually people keep the knowledge. But who would be, in your case, besides just a good learner, is there a specific area that you're really good, so people who are listening to this podcast can recognize, like, oh, I need help in this area? You're great with retention. Like, you keep members forever. 90% of gym owners suffer there. That's the one topic that you can definitely deliver. But what other topics would you like to help people at? What's your favorite topics when you go into the businesses? Okay, this is it.
My favorite topics, definitely working on retention, because right now when it comes to marketing, and lead generation, that's tough when it comes to the gyms, because people basically they're tired of seeing the ads for the gyms. So
Mm.
one thing that I've started working on as well is a different marketing strategy that's more personable to people. That's what my main thing is now, because getting the leads in the door, looking at other competitors, we're at the bottom of the funnel when it comes to something new, right? We're at the
Mm.
people just scroll right by us. Oh, another challenge or another this or another that. So probably over this last 6 months, I've seen the way the leads are coming in and the way that people are reacting to the leads. So
Mm.
right now it's getting into the marketing, meaning creating something different for the people that's going to actually benefit them, not just giving them a 7 for 7 or a 2 for whatever the case may be. Connecting with you, of course, helping me with the ideas since you've done it. Again, going back to the mentor thing. Hey, Andre, I have this idea. This is what I want to do. We've tried that before. So right now it's really the marketing and the retention that I'm focused on. That's my biggest move with F45.
And I want to mention to everybody, retention is very tightly connected to marketing.
Yes, very tight.
The way how you get leads in is the way how you set expectations, keep them.
Yeah.
If you market to Groupon, forget about retention.
Yeah,
You get into mindset of deal shoppers,
correct.
like somebody who is there to take advantage of a full month for $30, and
Correct.
there's always another gym desperate to give them another deal. They don't
Yep.
care about
Absolutely.
retention. And
Yep.
they share with their friends that Groupon deal. And then you
Yep.
double down on the churn and losing the clients.
Yep.
And Groupon is extreme example, but many others are like that. If you
Right.
promote something short term, you're losing long term gain.
That's exactly
And
right.
Craig, you have numbers that exceed all expectations. I mean, you're beating the movement of the people. You know that you retain clients more than 25 months, but on average, like 11, 12 years, some of them. But usually people spend in the same area 18 months before they move.
Right. That's it.
So
That's it.
you're beating statistics of the real estate
Yeah.
in a sense. And that's where I want to honor you for that. And when it comes to auditing gym, let's say I'm a gym who have a retention of 7 months.
Mhm.
And I'm Pilates studio.
Mhm.
7 months is my gym. Where do we start?
Well, I'm huge again on community. So as part of coaching, I have to kind of get into your studio. I have to get into your area and see what's going on. I've been to certain gyms where it's crazy. Like people don't even really talk. You know what I mean? Like kind of you go in, you do your workout and that's it. There's no community. There's nothing. I make sure that when we have somebody that comes in the door that they feel comfortable right away. We're introducing them to members that have been here, for a while. We're setting them up with somebody maybe who's their first day as well with a veteran, so they don't get lost. So there's certain things that you can do as people walk in, because that process for your first impression, you only get that one chance. That's it. That's all you get. So I make sure that as soon as the person walks in the door, I know who's coming in for that trial. Hey, Kimberly, welcome to F45. You know their name, what time they're coming. You are waiting for them at the door, making them feel comfortable, because I always have to put myself in their shoes, as well as I tell my coaches the same thing. We're used to being here all day. We know everybody. But that person that just is nervous about coming in the door for the first time and walking into a studio, that can be very intimidating because everybody's talking to each other. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. And here comes this new person.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you make them feel comfortable as soon as they set foot in the door. It's very important that you set them up with somebody that's either been there or that's new as well, so they feel comfortable. And it starts with community, I think, especially when it comes to retention.
Yeah. And that's true, because your gym feels really welcome.
Yes.
Like totally. There's always high five. And if there's two coaches at the front desk, both of them will give you high five.
Right.
Even when sometimes towels are being washed and I walk in or I forgot my towel, I see she's coming up. It's like, hey, you forgot it. Boom. Drop one in front of me.
Right.
Like, that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And also engagement, greeting people, getting them to greet others, like budding up people. I know I was buddy up on a couple of these newbies, especially when people move into the area, they're totally lost. They don't have even friends. They don't have nobody. They just come from the blue and was like, okay, this is a community, and then you want to welcome this person. You want to see them again. It's kind of cool. And then people get to know each other. So I love that. It's not about process. We spoke, it's about deal, how they come in. But when they walk in, make that first impression to count. Because people are there for the first time. This is all new for them. It's a
That's
new
right.
environment. I
That's right.
remember one, it's a different industry, but impressed me, coaching, and they call it form. So I came to, it was a financial planning company. And I walk in, totally invited by the stranger into this, and it was like multi-level marketing system that sells financial product. Incredibly well paid, such a structure. I learned in one meeting with them more about finances than my sister for 12 years. Like, whoa, like they were financial advisor at the next level. But the moment I walk in, person who invited me was there and greeted me. She asked me a question about family. Like, hey, what are you doing here? Do you have family, kids, wife, and so on? So I'm talking to her. Now, second person is approaching. Now there's three of us. And the person is explaining to that person about my family, what's going on. I was like, whoa, totally. And that person says, hey, what do you do for business? What do you do for living? And then I said what I did. And it was like, wow. Third person coming to a group. Now the second person is telling third person all about my family and my occupation. And he's like talking to me about recreation. What do you do for fun? So when I said form, it's for family, occupation, recreation.
I like that. Yeah.
And then the last person is carrying the message with all three messages to the speaker of the room who was presenting. And the speaker comes as, we have a people, and she mentioned in her speech everything who are like, single, having fun, coming here first time. She was like totally pointing on me. And I felt so welcome. Like I felt like I know these guys for years.
Yeah.
It was such a simple format. But I learned that format after I went to the coaching and I become a part of the system. So when I walk into the group that I see there are two people, I know my question is about recreation because there's already two questions being asked out.
Right.
It's a system that was designed carefully. I was like, whoa, this works. And when the system exists, that makes people welcome. And I become one of the top producers for them, for recruiting people and getting everybody on. I was like, wow.
Right.
But
I like
it
that.
is a system that restaurants do something we call red napkin. When you come first time, they was like, okay, boom, put the red napkin for newbies. Treat them with a free dessert. Next time, treat them with a free appetizer. Get them 3 times to come back. After they come 3 times, 80% they're likely to be a loyal, retaining client.
Right.
If you can't retain them first 90 days, nothing will do it later.
Yeah. And that's what, as far as the coaches as well, we're all on group chat, right? So we all make sure that we know who's coming in the next day, who's hitting their milestones, recognition throughout the class. So we all keep communication through that. I make sure Maria lets everybody know that, hey, so-and-so's got milestones coming up. George as well, he's on it. So they make sure that the coaches are well informed, that they know everything that's going on. We had something that happened in one of our clients' families. Unfortunately, she had a death. We made sure that we were all there for her, making sure to support her in any way we possibly can, So it's beyond fitness when it comes to us. It's truly family, man. It really is.
And first impression, when I was there, when you talk about milestone, I think it was my 50th class. And I was going every day. I think I got it in like 2 months. And with the Polaroid camera, there's a picture, boom. And the Polaroid camera spits out the picture right away. And it goes back on the wall of fame. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. My name is there. I mean, funny, sweating face. And I see the wall and it's like 200, 500, 750, 1,000 classes. I was like, oh, look at it. Immediately creates desire. I want to be on that board.
Yeah.
And it shows social proof, shows like what gets measured gets improved, what gets measured gets motivated. People in competitive gym world are competitive people. Like, I'm just going to stick to it. I'll never beat somebody who is 700 classes ahead of me. They'll 3,000 by the time I'm out. But it does create this subconscious, and I never seen somebody like that. Like, boom. It's consciously, subconsciously. And what you're doing with the coaches is internal group is like you're creating community of the coaches. We are one team, one brain, one message. We got to work as a one synergy.
Yes.
Like these 3 people in a form, message is being shared and communicated and passed along.
Yeah.
So it's science and the art to increase retention. It's not
Absolutely.
just like, okay, look at the numbers and hope for the best. No, 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 no.
No, no,
It's a
no, no.
system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Craig, this is amazing. Oh my God. Listen, I want to ask you, as a leader of your community, where would you recommend somebody go to learn? Like, what conferences do you like? What podcasts do you listen? What books would you recommend? Something that is good start for somebody to say, okay, leaders are learners. Where do you learn from
Years
this?
of learn. Well, of course, my first pick is going to be the man himself, Tony Robbins. I've done lifestyle seminar. I went with you to one seminar that we went live. I've done a lot of online 5-day, 4-day, 3-day seminars, business mastery. So there's so many different things that he offers that relate to the real problems or the real things that are happening in business or I've done everything from his lifestyle, like I said, personally to business. So I highly recommend getting into a Tony Robbins. That's one of the best. He's one of the best out there. He really is.
I agree. Changed my life. I literally changed my life from the day one. I
Yeah.
started listening his tapes and material. I literally, when I came to Canada to live there like 15 years ago, I listened it every day. And I started literally speaking like with his energy, his voice, his
Yeah.
tonality. It just absorbed it so well. That is awesome. Last thing I want to say, I don't want to put you in a spot, but there are people now that are curious. Can they contact you to help them out with their business? And what would be the best way to contact you?
You can contact me on the business email, which is going to be Coral Springs West at F45training.com.
Sounds good. Appreciate you sharing this. Don't abuse it. Don't overuse it. Only for coachable people who are really, really.
Maria's there. She got you. Maria's there. She'll take it in.
There we go. Craig, your gift, your blessing.
I appreciate you, man. Absolutely.
I appreciate you as a friend, as my coach, mentor, and incredible partner. Looking forward to publishing this episode. Thank you, audience, for all the questions, comments, feedback that you guys have on this, and for incredible community of the gym owners out there. Craig, thank you so much for attending Top Rated Gym. We are happy to have you.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Wow, what an episode, right? Thank you guys for tuning in into this Top Rated Gym podcast. We hope you found valuable insights and practical tips to help you tackle the challenges of gym ownership. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. We want to reach the community. With your help, we can be the biggest contributor, biggest resources for you and other gym owners. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them, YouTube. If you have any questions, feedback, or topics you would like us to cover, or people you would like us to interview, or if you want to be interviewed on the podcast, reach out at topratedgym.com. Stay tuned, stay motivated, keep pushing your gym to the top. Until next time, this is Andre signing off. Bye.